Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about metric units, and the metric system is the world's most widely used system of measurement. Really, the only people that still use the imperial system are the United States. Everywhere else has pretty much adopted the metric system, and the meter is the basic unit of length in that metric system. Prefixes relate all other metric units to the meter. The millimeter, the centimeter, the meter, and kilometer are the units commonly used to measure length in the metric system. The base unit for something else like volume could be liters, and you might have heard of milliliters, liters, kiloliters, any of those things. Every unit has a base unit in the metric system. And for linear measurements, that's going to be the meter. And changing from one unit to another involves by multiplying powers of 10. So if I start in the center at meters, if I want to change that into millimeters, essentially what we're going to do is if we go to the right, we're going to multiply by 10 for every box that we hit. So if I start at meters, I essentially have to make 3 jumps to get to millimeters. And I'm going to multiply by 10 each single jump. That doesn't mean multiply by 30. So I want you to take your calculator if you have it with you and put in 10, multiply by 10, multiply by 10, and it's going to tell you that your answer is 1,000. So if you want to jump right from meters to millimeters, you're going to multiply by 1,000. If you're going to jump from meters to centimeters, remember what a meter stick looks like, and there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So if you want to jump right from meters to centimeters, you're going to multiply by 100, not 20. Very, very common mistake that many people get tripped up on. Okay, if I'm going to go the other direction, if I want to change it from meters to kilometers, I'm essentially going to divide by 10 for each jump that we make. Now again, it's not divide by 30, it's divide by 1,000 for the same reason we just talked about. Okay, so please keep that in mind, and we're going to look at a couple of examples. So I'm going to use the table above to convert the following units, and I want to go from meters into centimeters. So I'm going to erase all of these little jumps that we made just to make the chart look a little clearer. We want to go from meters to centimeters, so I want to go to the right twice. And if I go to the right, I'm multiplying, so I'm going to take that number 6.275 and I'm going to multiply it by 100, and we're going to get 627.5 centimeters. Okay. For part B, we're going to go from meters to kilometers, so let's get rid of those arrows again. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. I'm going to the left, so I'm dividing, so we're going to divide by 1,000. So 82 divided by 1,000 is going to tell me that I have 0.082 kilometers. Okay, the direction is important. Reading metric measurements, so if I have some objects superimposed on a ruler, or if I just measure something, I want to be able to actually read it. I want to know what it says. Okay, so if I look at that key, it's just past the 5th centimeter mark. Now in between 5 and 6, we can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I have to count the last one as number 10. So there's 10 little tick marks in between. Now each one of those tick marks is worth 1 millimeter. Okay, so 10 millimeters makes up a centimeter. Okay, so please keep that in mind as we look at this. So this key is just past the 5th centimeter mark, and it hits the 1st millimeter. So in those 5 complete centimeters, there's 10 millimeters. So I'm already at 50 millimeters. And that extra one means I have 51 millimeters, which is the same thing as 5.1 centimeters. Okay, let's take a look at B. Same ruler, different object. So I'm just past 3.5. So this would be the 6th, 7th, 8th millimeter I'm going to hit. So that's 35 and 3 more. So 38 millimeters, which is the same thing as 3.8 centimeters. You can use the chart above to convert if you need it. Okay, there's a little refresher on metric units. Now I'm going to scroll just a little bit because there are just some practice conversions. So if you watched the previous video on imperial units, here's some practice ones that you can try out on your own. And if you need a refresher, go back and watch that video that I posted. Okay, here's the ones on metric units, so you can try those ones out as well. Use that chart that we had at the beginning of this video to help you convert. Okay, if you tried those ones, here's the answers to the imperial unit page. And here are the metric unit answers. Okay, so I hope that helps, gives you a refresher about what imperial and metric units are. In the next section, we're going to be talking about accuracy and precision. So if you want, come back, take a look at that video, and hopefully that helps.